I have a lot of real relationships with a lot of my clientele. You know, the Ball Brothers. Shout out to Ball Brothers. I mean, it's cool. It's always a cool vibe with them. Like all the YBN guys are super cool.
I see in the mirror here.
You know, a lot of Kyle Kuzma is one of my favorite clients too. You know, so these are all cool personalities that I've been tattooing throughout the years, and there's some of my favorite people to tattoo.
What's going on, guys? The Mega John. I'm here with
Roll G. What's up, everybody?
Roll G. We are here in how do you pronounce this beautiful tattoo spot?
This is Pachuco Tattoo in Orange County, California.
All right, and then how long you been in this location? How long you been doing tattoos in your Pachuco Tattoo location?
So Pachuco Tattoo we've been in business for about 12, 13 years now. I've been tattooing about that time. So yeah, I've been over a decade in the game, been putting my hours in.
Have you been a decade in the social media game too, or this is like your new hobby? Or
No, you know what, 100%. I've been using MySpace, MocoSpace. I've been using social media since the beginning of the internet, you know.
Yep.
I'm at an age where I got to live life before the internet and then transitioning into life with the internet. So I'm like so grateful and blessed that I got to experience both, you know what I mean? So no, I've been using social media for a long time.
So did the tattoo generation lifestyle pop out first, and then were you famous through tattoos, or did the social media thing help you out and you came and grew bigger than what you are now?
I would say I've been getting a lot of attention for both. I feel like ever since I've been using social media, I've been using it to promote my business, right? So it kind of just went hand in hand. If you have a business, you have to use social media. So for me, I feel like I've been doing both right from the start. You know, for a lot of people that don't know me, I do tattoo a lot of, athletes, internet personalities, just different musicians. So a lot of people have found me because I tattooed their favorite basketball player or their favorite rapper. So a lot of people have found me that way. But I'd say that social media, as far as like video content, a lot of people have been recognizing me more for that like the last 2 years.
Yeah. And then since you're at a certain level, like you said, you've been with NBA personalities, with artists, rappers, things like that, the free content and the free tattoos that you do in public, what do you think about that? Is that for you to grow? Is that for you to give, different type of, like a different side of yourself? What was the idea for that?
So the ideas and the inspirations for a lot of like the series that I make on TikTok or on any of these apps, like I was telling you earlier, I was making TikToks before TikToks. I was making Reels before Reels. So for years, I've actually, I made a lot of videos that revolved around tattooing. Like I'll give you an example. Like I tattooed at Disneyland, things like that. So I was doing these random place tattooing before all these, these video apps got really trendy. So I've been kind of doing it. And for me, it was just kind of a way to just showcase my work, who I am. I like to see, like when I look at my page, I like to see it from like an outside perspective. If I was a random person looking at my profile, what would I get from this profile? What does this profile tell me? So I like to think outside the box, again. And a lot of us have been using the internet for a long time. So a lot of the content everybody's done it all, right? So I've always tried to be creative, think outside the box, and to, tattoo in random places. A lot of people weren't really doing that. Again, this was before TikTok. So, tattooing strangers, of course I got inspired by Vic Blends. He was somebody that was doing it. Yeah, of course. Shout out to Vic Blends for sure. So I'm like, a lot of it is inspiration. I'm inspired by a lot of people. A lot of people motivate me. As I mentioned, you inspired me on, creating Facebook Reels, and that's been doing really, that's been a success for me. So I'm like grateful for that, and just, continuous, just moving forward, really.
I'm happy you mentioned Facebook. Do you think you're at a certain level where you don't need these extra platforms, or do you think it's always room to grow? And what's your biggest platform right now?
So my biggest platform right now, it's, as far as if you want to call it a follower count, it is TikTok, but I've been pushing a lot of my Facebook Reels. I feel like I'm growing at a fast rate there. So I would say that's my number one app right now. That's my number one app.
And you just started. How many months ago?
I just started 6 months ago, and so it's been I've been averaging like 20 to 25 million views a month over there, and a lot of people don't know that. They just follow me on Instagram or they follow me on TikTok. They don't even know I have a Facebook, and it's just a good way to reach another audience, and that's really what I'm trying to do. When I tattoo, I like to tattoo all types of people, athletes, Spanish music artists, English, trap. Like I want to reach as many audiences as possible because like my long-term vision is I want to tattoo the world, you know? So I want to reach a worldwide audience. That's my goal.
All right. Listen, so Facebook, number one.
Yep.
Then TikTok. You said follower count.
Yes.
What do you have to say to the tattoo artists that are non-social media, or the tattoo artists that want to start that social media platform? Would you recommend them Facebook right away? Do we recommend them doing before and after videos? Like, where'd you start with the content creation? Like, how me as a local tattoo artist, how do I say I'm gonna record this and go live and do this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
no, definitely. I would definitely encourage people to take advantage of TikTok, take advantage of Facebook. A lot of people, they start out pushing on Instagram, and Instagram right now, the algorithm that it is right now, you see how it is. It's so hard to grow on there. So, you know, I like to tell people boost your other accounts up, grow, take advantage of the other algorithms on TikTok, on the YouTube Shorts, on Facebook, and build that audience and find a way to, you know, push that traffic onto your Instagram. Yep. So, you know, so you definitely, if you're starting out on Instagram and that's where you're promoting your business, I feel like you're missing out on a lot. You have to take advantage of TikTok. You have to take advantage of Facebook. And a lot of times, I have a lot of friends that they're amazing artists, but they don't know how to present and create videos. You know, a lot of times they think they want to do it like me, right? I'm used to, you know, talking to a camera, and what I tell people is like, no, you don't necessarily have to do that. You don't even have to speak. You don't even have to show yourself. Find other ways to, you know, present your work, and again, just take advantage of it. But, you know, it's all up to you if you want to, you know, you can set your own personal goals, and that's really all up with, it's really all up to you what you want to do. But what's working for me is definitely taking advantage of these platforms, and look at these opportunities. You know, I met you through the TikTok program. You know, I have an exciting project coming up with them, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me, and it's really, it's just opened my eyes.
So what TikTok or what video, what MySpace video, what video blew up that you were like, this social media shit is actually gonna work out for me?
I think definitely my early videos of tattooing in these random places, because I was, you know, my first viral video was me tattooing in a street. I was tattooing on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and that was like the first video I ever experienced that, you know, on Instagram. You know, I was getting 10, 15,000 views, but I remember that video one year, like in 2016, it hit like 300K like in 15 minutes. And for me, I was like, whoa, there's a formula here. This was on Instagram. Okay. So this was on Instagram. So
that's hard as fuck. In
2016. So that kind of just showed me like, okay, this formula works, right? So I kept using that formula, and you know, I tattooed at the Staples Center, you know, again, Disneyland, on an airplane. So I kind of just took that formula and applied it to different videos. So
first favorite artist and your least favorite artist. If you want to talk about least favorite artist. But your first, like your first artist and then your favorite artist.
Yeah, first artist or favorite artist?
First artist and then your favorite artist. It was gonna be first favorite and then the one that you didn't like the most, but you don't have to talk about the one you like the most. So first
got it. I mean, you know, I have a lot of real relationships with a lot of my clientele. You know, the Ball Brothers. Shout out the Ball Brothers. I mean, it's cool. It's always a cool vibe with them. Like all the YBN guys are super cool.
I see in the mirror here.
You know, a lot of, you know, Kyle Kuzma is one of my favorite clients too. You know, so these are all cool personalities that I've been tattooing throughout the years, and there's some of my favorite people to tattoo. You know, a lot of times is you never know what you're gonna expect from when you meet an artist, especially if you're a fan, right? A lot of times, what's that saying, that quote they say is, you never want to meet your like your idol or your favorite artist, because most of the time we're disappointed, right?
High expectations.
Exactly. So I feel like, you know, it's always hit or miss. You never know what you're gonna get. Least, I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I didn't really have the best time with Trippie Redd. If you want me to be real, you know, he's on his
own world.
Exactly. He's in his own world. It was just him and Alex, and I mean, what I'm trying to say is that, like, I feel like even though I got to be around him more than a few times, I felt like I never really made like a real connection. You know what I mean? Like, my goal is to make.
Was it like he's not open to like?
Yeah, and I get
friends
that.
And it's like
exactly, you know, and I get that, especially like, you know, when you get to a certain level, I feel like a lot of people they're trying to, you know, join you or befriend you for a lot of the wrong reasons, and you're guarded. So I see that, you know, and I did meet him like. He was already pretty big. I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of artists and athletes before they got really big. So I think that changes like the dynamic of the relationship if you knew them before like the big fame. You know what I mean? But you never know. I mean, I've met some established people. Eggplant's World asked me about 6ix9ine. He was cool as hell. You know what I mean? One of the nicest dudes. Like he even thanked me the next day. Like, he was cool. You just never know what you're gonna expect.
Can you tell from like their videos and stuff? Because 6ix9ine seems like he's a genuine type of guy. But can you like watch these guys' videos and music and be like, oh, this guy might be cool, and then he comes in, he's actually cool? Or are you saying the high expectations is not a good thing?
I feel like you just never know.
You never know,
yeah,
right?
I feel like you just never know. Yeah, it's all random.
That's crazy.
You know?
So you said Kyle Kuzman. Trippie Redd was least. Who was the first?
I'd say like the Ball Brothers are super cool.
Those are your first tattoos?
Oh, no.
Famous, first famous
No,
tattoos?
no. Okay, so no.
Oh, you didn't even say that? Yeah,
I never
okay.
said that. No,
Yeah.
no. These are just my favorites.
So give me that
so
first and how you made that first connection and then how that started. Bow.
So when I got started tattooing celebrities, it was basically started tattooing locally, right? Tattooed a lot of local people in the area. Word of mouth spreads fast, still does. So that's still number one. You know, social media is number two, but nothing is ever more powerful. If your boy tells you, hey, go get tattooed by this guy, you're gonna follow that, right? So I feel like word of mouth, I've always been pretty busy, but I kind of just started out by tattooing the right people. I remember in the beginning it was, tattooing a lot of people that were in the club scene, right? They're, influencers in the cool community. So like I was tattooing DJs and club promoters and stuff like that early on. I got the opportunity to tattoo a reality TV star, Britannia Ocampo. I don't know if you who she is, but she was on a reality TV show, and that's kind of what got the ball rolling. I was tattooing Facebook personalities, Nene Smalls, like different, Jose Carrias. They're probably personalities that people won't know who they are, but they were big at the time. They were, the modern, before there was influencers, that's who they were before the official name was given, right? And, so it started with them, and little by little it moved towards underground rap. I was tattooing Fora. Fora's probably like my first like rapper, and then I met Funk Volume, Hobson, Dizzy Wright.
Hobson's lit.
I met all of them. I did some work with a lot of them, and from then on, I feel like it just started. It was a domino effect after that. Because what I tell people is it's not hard to get in, but once you're in, you're in, and trust is powerful. Word of mouth is powerful, and it's just a domino effect. So from then on, I remember I met Trill Sammy from Texas. I don't know if you know who that is.
He
was big on Vine.
He had like a couple songs.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah. And shout out to Trill Sammy, but like I worked with him exclusively for like a year, and he invited me to be in one of his music videos, and it's just been, little like a build up, little by little, you know.
So you did Christian Rock's neck tattoo of Blueface.
Yep.
What is the craziest tattoo that you've done, or for you personally, not like their personal experience? Like, what do you think is to the extreme that you would never do, or you never want your wife to do in type situations like that?
I mean, what was it? 2017, 2018 was like the year of the SoundCloud rap era. I did so many face tattoos those years that, if it wasn't for them being like, these big celebrities and stuff like that, I wouldn't have taken them on. But, they came to me, and I get it. At that time, it was part of the aesthetic. You had to have those face tattoos, So, I mean, again, I did it because, they were going to get it done regardless, right? They would have gone. If I said no, they were going to go somewhere else. But in this type of scenario, I just went with my gut, and I feel like those are the crazy ones, the face tattoos. The first time we went to Blueface's house for the Blue Girls Club, we did a lot of crazy tattoos that time.
You did that?
I did the first season too. I've been tattooing Blueface since like 4 or 5 years now.
Oh, so you probably tattooed one of my friends because she was on the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we tattooed a few of them out there. So I mean, those days are crazy because they're getting a Benjamin Franklin for Blueface, So those are kind of crazy.
so basic questions for tattoo artists.
Yes.
Do tattoo artists deserve tips?
Never expected, always appreciated. I mean, the way that I price, I kind of just, I don't expect a tip. I just include it in my price, but everybody's different. Again, my answer to that is, again, never expected, but always appreciated.
But can you elaborate more on the traveling tattoos that you have to fly out to somewhere and people pay for your stay and, what I'm saying, and getting taken away? Like you said, you might go on tour with an artist, but taken away from your money here.
Oh, definitely.
Do you have like something accumulated, like my price is like 5 times more if you're going to take me out of my zone?
Yeah, I mean, and it is true. I do have an option for that on my site that sometimes people will book. It is.
Like 24 hours type of thing?
Exactly. It's basically like a 10-hour tattoo. That's like that's talking 10 hours is a 10-hour tattoo. That's not including setup, breaks, breakdown. So it's actually like a 14, 15-hour day. But what we were talking about earlier is a lot of the times, like I'll go do a session for like DJ from Blue Bucks Clan, right? And he'll have me do like a small tattoo, call it 250, right?
Yeah.
Small tattoo. But what happens is I get taken out of my shop for the day, where if I would have stayed at the shop, again, minus the traveling, I probably could have done 3 of those tattoos, 4 of those tattoos, you know what I mean? So you do have to kind of take that into consideration too. It's not necessarily the tattoo price, it's the travel cost. Because again, time is more valuable than money, and you got to figure that in.
When you hit the, this is for promo, like give me a discount, have you ever done that before?
Of course, of course.
When did that stop, or do you still do that right now?
Yeah, okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. I've done different podcasts, and a lot of people have never asked. But so not just for tattooing, I know barbers, I know makeup artists, I know people of all skills and trades, right? In the beginning, I know it sucks to hear, but you have to, especially with these celebrity sessions, in the beginning, if no one knows your name, if your work is not in demand, you have to like give it away, Look at it as like an investment, right? Because if I'll be honest with you, a lot of those tattoos in the beginning, I gave away for free, for sure. But I never looked at it. I took a lot of L's. I can't tell you how many times my rent was due. I had a big tattoo scheduled the next day, but then I have this big client, right? That I had a big client, and I took that opportunity, and I'm stressed, like, how am I gonna pay my rent? But you know what? It always worked out. God always came through. And I just feel like, you have to take those sacrifices, just like you would pay for an ad, right? Put that into your budget. You know what I mean? If you're gonna take an L that day, it's not an L. It's only gonna that shout out, that relationship, those referred opportunities. That's how I built my like in demand, and that's what worked for. Again, a lot of people don't want to hear it, but that's what worked for me. And I'm at a point now where my work is so in demand that I could pick and choose the work that I want. And that's what worked for me. And just it is what it is.
So you already answered it, but I just want you to do it like a separate elaboration on it. I come in, you don't know me, I want my face tattoo. You said that you would deny it normally if it wasn't, they would get it somewhere else, but like just start over real quick. If I came in, you didn't know me, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get this face tattoo, Island Boys, palm tree on my face. You're denying me off rip, or you're gonna explain, you're gonna, like I said, education content, or you're gonna stop and be like, hey, do you expect to have a job in the next 5-10 years? Like, what's the process? Or you just say no, like, get the fuck out of my store?
No. I wouldn't be rude about it, because here's okay. So if you came in, you wanted that face tattoo. I look at you. You don't have other tattoos.
And it's my first.
It'd be different if you were covered up. That's the old school rule. Again, I came into tattooing at a time where it's still kind of the old school tattooing mixed with like the new. So the old school way is most tattoo shops, or all tattoo shops, if you walked in and you didn't have your full body and you wanted either your hands, neck, something throat, visible. Face, it would be denied. But so if you came in, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't take it on, and just kind of let you walk out the door. Now you're probably gonna go get it done over there across the street or somewhere else, but at least I said no on my part. So, but again,
this is your store, right?
Yeah.
So is that the rules apply?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
definitely, yeah.
You say no, and then he asks the guy right next to you.
Yeah. Most if it's like walk-in type work, yes. There's a lot of a lot of my guys in here, they have clientele that they've been getting tattooed, and they'll get little face side tattoos, and that's cool. That's your client. There's a relationship. There's a rapport there. But if it's like a walk-in, most of the time it's no.
No, like out the store.
Yeah, someone else will do it.
So what's the goal from here on out? I know you said you take breaks. That you're not really in the shop 24/7.
I'm still working though. Yeah.
You're still working.
Always working.
You do the free tattoos outside for content. And then he's a social media influencer as well. What's the next step? Where is this gonna take you? Do you want to just like own this and like manage it and not take any more tattoo artists and just keep it to like the people you want? Or are you gonna just continue your tattoo legacy and social media legacy? What's the next step?
Definitely. So I'm a creative person. I was telling you earlier, I consider myself a creative before a tattoo artist, and I feel like what I do is tattooing is what I'm using to lure people into my content, right? That's how I get you, and then I'll introduce other types of stuff. I guess what I plan on doing is I plan on expanding. I plan on maybe opening up another location. I'll tattoo forever. I'll tattoo till I physically can't. But also, again, this whole video creation, I love it. I used to record VHS videos with my brothers when I was a kid. I have old school VHS videos where you can see all these home movies where I'm doing skits, we're doing like Jackass style content. So, I really love it. And, I do plan on, I'd like to play like a director type role. So I'd
like to talk about mentally, like I do content all day. I told you I'm full time, so I go on like 2-3 hour walks. So
For sure.
I'll wake up, I'll do some pieces of content, and I'll go for a walk for the rest of the day, get some fresh air. And then if I come back and some other new stuff pops up, I'm doing content all night. And then the next day I'm waking up and I make sure I get that 2-3 hours outside getting that fresh air.
Have to.
What do you do? Do you do yoga? Do you like you're tattooing in here and then you have to practice at home? Like where's the time where you're like, let me sit down, watch Netflix. Let me dive in my pool. Let me go for a walk. Like, what do you do?
So when I'm here at the shop and I'm tattooing, I do basically what you're doing. Sometimes you do have to step away from your canvas or even an art piece, right? You have to step away because a lot of times when you step away and you're staring at something for endless hours, right? You get kind of, it gets tricky. So what happens is you come back, you step away, come back, and you look at that piece totally different, you know? And I feel like you can produce better art that way. So what I do is, you know, I definitely been trying to, you know, I definitely meditate, you know, I definitely meditate. I definitely pray. I spend time with my family, you know, that's a lot of times that's like my off time, you know, spending time with the fam. But yeah, I mean, I definitely love YouTube too, so that's like my relaxing is definitely watching.
No Jumper. Shout out to No
Jumper. But see, that's
Podcast
all stuff.
all day.
Yeah, shout out to No Jumper. But that's something that like with what I do is we can play podcasts in the background, right? So you know, I'm blessed to be in an environment where I can be creative and I'm around all the things that I love, you know, and that's something that I feel like there's been dark times in my life, but whenever I step into here, this is my happy place, and this is what makes me happy, and you just gotta follow what makes you happy.
I'm on the same page.
100%.
How many tattoos do you have?
Dang, too many to count.
Favorite one, least favorite. That's it.
So the ones that are important to me, of course, are my family ones, right? My family ones are important, but this tattoo right here, this one says "Si se puede." I tattooed it right when I first started tattooing, and it was one of those things where I did it, and it was like, okay, this is gonna be. You
tattooed yourself?
Yes, I tattooed myself. So it means, if you guys don't know Spanish, it means yes, you can, or you can do it, and it's always been a reminder for me where times get hard, you just got to keep pushing, and it really has, you know, because I can't tell you how many times I wanted to quit, how many times, you know, I almost, you know, lost the shop. People don't know about it, right? But you know, there's a lot of times you want to quit, but the secret is always just keep going.
And then least favorite?
Least favorite? I mean, I love them all.
You never covered anything?
Nah, I've never covered anything. So everything, I wouldn't cover anything. Yeah, I wouldn't even cover anything. So yeah, I love them all, man.
So what do you think about people that do cover their stuff? It's a mistake. They made a mistake, or you're like, damn, bro, like.
Not necessarily. A lot of times, because you know what surprises me a lot is when people cover beautifully done tattoos. A lot of times it's not about the look of the tattoo; it's the meaning, right? So a lot of times that tattoo will remind somebody of exactly the wrong time, and they want to cover up. Excuse me, the meaning, not the actual tattoo.
Do you ask?
I don't ask, but I feel like I'm a therapist, so it comes out anyways.
Okay, yeah.
Really, I mean
you're sitting with each other for 4 or 5 hours. I'm hoping you guys get something out of it.
I spend so much time with people, that's what I'm telling you. My clients turn to friends, and friends turn to family. We spend a lot of time together, and for me, one of my favorite things is I really do love talking to people and having these long sessions. I'm able to get like people's background, like their goals in life, like just all this cool talk, and I really enjoy that like intimate part of like conversating and that whole part of tattooing for me. So
what do you think about those like drunk tattoo parties or like high tattoo parties, drugs tattoo parties? You do that kind of stuff?
I've been there too, man.
Yeah,
I was one of those artists doing those parties too. But I mean, you know, you can get what you want. You know, I have my.
Do you see, looking back, do you recommend it still?
Oh, no. I mean, definitely, here's the thing. You don't want to get tattooed at a tattoo party. You're going to get an artist that's been tattooing. It's probably overworked, tired. You're not going to get the best tattoos. I'm just being real, you know? Take your time, book an appointment, get it done right. You don't want to cover it up or have to, you know, you're going to go through the pain once. Like, you don't have to want to do it twice. So
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you, man.
I appreciate you, John. Thank you so much for all the inspiration, and make sure to follow Dominican John.
Yeah, follow my man, bro. The art, everything you're doing, the content creation, like I said, taking the time to give the free content, the free TikToks, what the fuck, the free tattoo, my bad. And then, you know, I'm an island boy now, so you already know the vibes.
There you go.
Forever. Appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you.
PachecoTattoo.com. And I might get something here one of these days.
One of these days.
Maybe a couple years, maybe a couple months. Maybe
whenever you're ready,
days.
bro. Whenever you're ready, man.
Thank you guys for watching.
So far so good. Same block, same hood. 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 Same block, same hood. So far so good. So far so good. Same block, same hood.